All right, good afternoon, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? There we go. Okay, thank you. It's good to see everybody this afternoon. Dwayne, why are you leaning up against the cookie bar? Man, grab a seat or something. Yeah, I know. It's a little obvious back there. So, all right, well, welcome to our spring town hall. It is good to see everyone. Just a reminder, hopefully you signed in and everybody got a door prize ticket. So if you didn't, make sure you do so. And if you are watching from someplace other than the Abbey, from your desk, make sure that you email Kathy Kearns and we will put your name in for a door prize drawing if you're watching from somewhere else. So just let Kathy know. So to start out, we've had a busy few months with our hiring blitz, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. But if you are a new employee since our last town hall, which was the middle of January, please stand up. All right, let's give all of our new employees welcome. We're thrilled to have you all here. I thought we'd have more than that. They must be working somewhere. Anyway. All right, so we talked about the door prize. So we have got a full agenda, so we're going to go ahead and get started. And we're going to start out with some good vibes and ask Teresa Barton to come up.
Hello. I just want to give you some updates and things that are happening. And I think, Damon, you had there we go. So upcoming events, I'm trying to do a little bit better job so that you know what's coming so you can plan for it. But here in April, on Monday in the ELC will be a refreshers bar, iced coffee, iced tea with lots of little flavorings and things that you can add. So come down to the ELC and get a pick-me-up and take it with you. What's the next one, Damien? All right. So here are the upcoming events for May and June that we have scheduled. Mondays in May, there's going to be the mini massages. We're going to do those again. They'll be in the ELC. And then Saturday the 27th, we're going to go out to West Oaks and do strawberry picking. I'm still working on the time for that. That's a Saturday. And then in June, on Friday the 16th, West Oaks has their Friday night concert series. We're going to do that. The band is Blue Ridge Rain. It's kind of like a country rock, southern rock band. So you can come, and those events will be free to the staff if you want to come. And then we'll have a way that you, when you come there, that you can sign in or pick up a ticket and pay for it that way. Some other things that are new in the Vitality Center and the Fitness Center is we just want to make sure that you know as employees you can use the gym 24/7. And if you want some one-on-one attention, Kelsey and Elaine can work with you. You just need to make that appointment with them to be able to do that. So if you want to learn how to do something or you want to revive your fitness schedule or just get started again or learn how to use the machines, they can help you do that with an appointment. We have 3 new pieces of equipment in the gym. We have an upright stationary bike. We have a TRX trainer, which is in the aerobics room, and some equalizer bars. And if you've not heard of those and you don't know what they are, but you want to figure it out, or you go to another gym and you're like, I see those, I don't know how to use those. Kelsey is going to do demo days in May. This is open to residents and staff, and you can come in and learn how to use the TRX or the equalizer bars and some other pieces of equipment we have in the gym. And you can do that Mondays and Thursdays at 8 and 4 and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12. It's about a 15-minute session. So you have time if you can slip away, or you can do it on your lunch break for 15 minutes and learn how to do a new exercise. Also, you're invited to join the mat weight training classes. This is floor. You're on the mat on the floor using weighted bars and dumbbells. And this is a 30-minute class at 1 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays. So please join us. Also, right now going on, if you haven't seen it, the FitCo or the Fitness Bingo. It's a bingo card that you black out. You do the exercises for the specified time. Once you black out the card, bring it back to the fitness center or drop it off at the front desk for them to put in the mailbox, and we'll put your name in to win a $50 gift card. We have not got any back yet. So if you do one, you might get $50 gift card. And then also for the pool's open to staff every day during open swim. So if it's Wednesday and it's your day off and you want to come swim during open swim 1 to 4, you can come use the pool. It's also open to your immediate family. That's your spouse, your significant other, your kids, your mom, your dad. It's not every kid that your kid knows to come with you. And then you can also use the pool after hours. That's after 8 p.m. with a buddy. No one's in the pool area alone, so you have to be with a buddy. What you'll do is you'll come into the front desk, get the key fob to unlock the door, and let security know that you're in there if you're coming after hours. So you're welcome to take advantage of any of these things. Damon, the next one. And this is just to be on the lookout for. Underneath the portal, UKG Kronos, there's 2 tabs. There's What's New, and there's now a Wellness tab. Look underneath there for new things that are coming. We have lunch with the manager. This is a new thing that we're going to try. And actually, since I did this morning, I have dates. Jeannie, you can have lunch with Jeannie. We're going to do this as like 1 or 3, 4 people. You come in, you get lunch. We provide that. It's on us. You have lunch with Jeannie. You can talk about work. You can talk about pets. You can talk about kids. You can talk about whatever you want during the lunch. It'll be an hour. And we're going to do that on May 10th. You have to sign up for that. I'll have the sign-up sheet or how to do that on the portal this afternoon or first thing tomorrow. So if you'd like to get to know the manager a little bit better, that's a good way to do it. And then Shanda is going to do it on June 20th. Same thing, a small group of staff meeting with the managers just to kind of say hi and get to know you, and you get free lunch out of it. We're also going to do a wellness fair. We're planning that in June. That's specifically for the staff. And we'll have a variety of vendors in here in the Abbey for you to pick up. We'll have door prizes, maybe even something for snacks or a lunch. We're also looking at doing a brag board for our pets. Maybe some kind of picture collage that everybody can participate with. A game day, a scavenger hunt, and then we're working to see if there's a way on the portal we can get the nominations for each other, the thank yous for what you've done to get up on the portal so that you can have access to that and be able to use that. So that's all as far as the new stuff. Some of the stuff that we've already done, in case you missed it or you wanted to know how'd that go, I have a little picture show. We did the Easter egg hunt here. We had about 30 people participate or more. I didn't really count. And these are just a couple of the pictures from it. And we did an adult Easter egg hunt. We did that on the trail. So the other staff appreciation thing we did was in the Wreck-It room. We did splatter paint. This was the after part. And then we also did the rage room where you got to hit everything you wanted and beat it up, which I didn't think I would like, but that was a blast. So fun. We also have done billiards. These are our pool sharks. And if you see Cynthia, she can show you how to get it in the pocket. And then we've also, what we did earlier was in bowling. These weren't the best pictures because everybody was bowling. I didn't get in front of them, but you can see a couple of them there. So look for those staff appreciation things as they come. All right, thank you so much.
All right, let's just give a big hand to the Good Vibes team. That's a lot of work. A lot of work and a lot of fun events. So thank you, Teresa, and to the team. All right, so next we have Michelle Thomas. Michelle is our Director of Health Services. And over the past few weeks, we have had some visitors from the state doing our health inspection and our life safety inspection. So Michelle's going to give us an update on that.
Good afternoon, everyone. With a show of hands, who's worked in long-term care for 6 months or more? Okay, very good. Well, if you don't know, we are inspected by our health department. Well, it's not the Virginia department, the state, that comes into our community at least once a year. Somehow in 2022, they forgot about us because they didn't come in 2022. But they came on March the 20th of this year. We had 3 inspectors that arrived to our campus, actually on a Monday afternoon, about 6:30, which is very unusual because they usually come on a Tuesday or a Wednesday in the morning, so it really threw me off. I had just left here, got home, took my shoes off, And Danny texted me, said, State's here. I said, you lying. He said, no, for real. I said, I'll be there in 10 minutes. So back on the shoes went, and I ran back in here and was here till almost midnight that night. But anyhow, they were here, exited on the Thursday. We did end up with a total of 12 deficiencies. Nursing had 10, dining had 1. And this year, they've done something different, which is something new to us. They did an emergency preparedness survey as well. So we ended up with 2 tags for that. So did I do my math right? Okay, 13. Well, 13 total, yeah. So we are working, well, we've already submitted our plan of correction for the health inspection. They did improve it. So next week, I'm starting on my re-education. One good thing, they're all fixable. Nothing was resident focus or resident, care or anything like that. And I'll take that anytime. So everything that we were cited for are all fixable things, documentation. We're going to be changing our processes and policies on how we do things. So then the next week, I think, or maybe a week and a half later, the life inspector safety comes, and we only received 1 deficiency from that. And again, it's fixable. So I'm very proud because I know every day we do a great job. I just hate that folks have to come in here and tell us what we're pointing out wrong, but again, it's all fixable. It was no resident care issues, nothing like that. So I'm proud of that. So just give you all a big hand because you all work hard every day. So no matter what they say.
Where do we post those
Yes.
reports?
So the reports are posted on all of our healthcare neighborhoods, Redbud, Dogwood, and Laurel. They're all posted. We keep them in a sleeve. You may also know a little binder also has them. But anytime you're bored and want to read, it's, I think, 60-some pages this time. Take it, look at it, and it'll give you in detail what they cited us for and what our plan of correction is. But those are always posted. And it's for our residents and their families and guests, whoever wants to, we have to make sure they have access to it. But yes, if you ever want to see it, please help yourself. Knock yourself out. Any questions for me? All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Michelle. I've been telling Michelle for years, my philosophy is we are here with residents each and every day. We know we take care of them, we know. And their job is to come in once every 12 to 18 months and try as hard as they can to find something. Our job is to make it really hard for them to find something. But, we can take some of the deficiencies we have. We would love none. But, if there are little clerical things where we might have missed something, but, the good news is, like Michelle, none of it had to do with resident care, and all of them are fixable. So thank you all very much for that. All right. Well, how many of you have been down Fox Drive lately? It's a lot different down that way. It changes each and every day with our construction project. So Sherry Hudson, our marketing and foundation director, is here, and she's going to give us an update on our villas.
Good afternoon. I'm excited because I just realized this is my first town hall with staff, so this is very, very exciting. I'm also really happy to be talking about something I think is a very exciting project here on our campus, and that is the Villas project. It's been extraordinary like first 3 months for me. Just getting to know the different types of programs and projects that we have here, but also just to see all the energy and excitement that comes through the marketing department each and every day. It's just amazing. Leela and Rachel and Lisa and Kid, they have a great team to be working with. But it's interesting how people can come in, they can have an interest in one particular location and choose another, which is interesting because the stats that I'm going to share with you are basically a snapshot from this morning, because as I've learned, it can change from one moment to the next, which is not a bad thing. But anyway, Damien, if you don't mind, great. The Villa expansion project, is divided into 2 phases. And the first phase, we have 44 residences, and we're committed, that are committed, and we are just under 92% pre-sold. So that's very exciting. Phase 2, we have 26 residences that are committed at 53%. If you look at the overall project itself, we are at 72%, and that's amazing. What we're finding is that with spring coming about, with the villas, under construction, more of them coming under roof, they'll have siding. More and more people are seeing this, and they're just becoming very excited. But also, we're having a lot of people come back onto campus for seminars, which I'm going to let Leela share just a little bit of that with you. They're seeing a lot of these things. They're seeing how amazing it is here. And so it's really generating more inquiries and more interest among people who are actually on our future residence list. So, and if we look at our current existing independent living, we're at occupied and reserved at 98.5%. So those are very, very strong numbers. So we thought we'd go ahead and just share a little bit with you. This is the progress. This is actually what's happening out there now. And as Jeannie said, if you haven't been down Fox Drive, it'd be a great opportunity to go and see this. I think probably every few days it's going to change a little bit more. The first phase that is actually very much under construction, and you're starting to see the buildings, is it's going to be villas 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. These are amazing photos that came last week from Warfel. As you can see, some of them went like 6 and 7, and then 8. They're not quite under roof. Damien, if we could go to the next screen. Villa 8 is getting some walls now, which is great. And then we have the lower pond area. This is going to be really a beautiful area on campus. It's going to be have a couple of ponds, and it's just going to be landscaped, and it's going to be very, very pretty. So we're really starting to see the very beginning of that take shape. And we wanted to share this as well because last week we had a seminar that started for the villa depositors, and they were on campus. And so the Villa 9 residents and the Villa 10 residents were able to go in and sign the garage wall as the first residents in the buildings. So they loved that. It was a wonderful experience, and we're going to continue that throughout our seminars that we have for them. But I wanted to just let Leela share a little bit with you about, the residents and the Villa program and what we're doing to, bring them on board and help them to have a wonderful entrance into the community. Thank you, Sherry.
Yeah, we're super excited about the Villa folks coming in. They're going to be moving in starting this fall. So the first phase, as Sherry talked about, is 5 of the 10 buildings. So we're going to have roughly 60 or so people coming in October, November, December. The remaining residents, the Villa depositors, will be moving in sometime next summer or going into next fall. So we're going to have a lot of new faces on campus. It's really, really exciting. The depositors are so excited. As Sherry mentioned, we had the garage wall signing, and that was just a really special opportunity for these very first residents of the building to truly put their mark on the building. So it'll be behind the drywall, but they'll forever have their names tagged on each of these buildings. So just a very nice ceremonial touch. For those solution seminars, the first one last week was really meeting the whole project team. Over the course of this whole process, the depositors in incremental ways have met the contractors and things, mostly by Zoom. And this was a really great opportunity to meet the contractor, the project manager, the landscape architects, and so forth, the engineers even, just to get updates, to get familiar with their faces, really to feel again like they're part of this entire project. The next seminar next month, they're going to meet the management team and the welcome committee. For those of you who may not know, our residents have a committee that is dedicated to helping new residents move in, acclimate, and get comfortable. They've now created a subcommittee, all resident run, that's fully functioning by residents, that are dedicated to all the new Villa residents. So they're going to have our general orienting and onboarding processes, but this is a way to have some really meaningful connections right out of the gate, that they get to know really how to live here. They get to know the ins and outs, the day-to-day, directly from the people that already do live here. We're also going to do some seminars that relate to real estate processes and downsizing, the dirty word downsizing. We've got some other events coming up. We're looking at a really exciting possible event to close all of this out this fall before the move, where we might do a pretty special cookout. We're kind of looking at some options there just to get everybody on campus. And then lastly, yesterday we hosted an event. We called it Downsizing and Desserts, but it was a chance to have our futures who are members of our wait list, so just the general wait list. They heard from several different realtors and downsizing experts. And it's a big process. A lot of these folks are moving from big homes. They've been in there sometimes 30, 40, 50 plus years. They need a little help in the process. And so these folks were here to really give them guidance and understanding of what that looks like going forward. And I can tell you it generated a ton of buzz. It got a lot of people talking. It's spring. Everybody's kind of thinking about next steps. And one of the things that we talk about is with this wait list, some of our apartments and cottages are often multi-year waits. People are joining and they're waiting 3, 4, 5 plus years to ever move here. So I put a little plug in for the villas yesterday, and this morning I got 2 deposits. Call it a 2-a-day. We're going to call these 2-a-days now. I got 2 deposits this morning. One I had no idea was happening, so that was really exciting. And several other folks at the seminar. One, again, they're thinking about downsizing, they're thinking about the process, they're pretty ready to move, but they might not get into Winchester Hall for 4 or 5 years. So I've got a lot of folks really looking at these villas. So I think we're going to be sold out in no time. Dwayne, you love to hear that, I know. Jeannie, you love to hear that, I know. But it's a very exciting time for us, for the whole campus, for the staff, for these folks that are going to be moving here. We're just thrilled to be able to invite all these new, fine, wonderful people to our campus and to the community. So you'll see their faces soon, but thought we'd give you a little update on that too. Thank you. Any questions?
Yeah. Anybody got any questions for Leela or Sherry?
No questions. Okay. Thank you all.
All right, and we have, Mr. Cook. So we do have a resident down in the cottage area who has a drone, and every 2 weeks he has been giving us updates. So this is his latest and greatest from this week. You can see the road going there is Fox Drive, and they have a lot of parking now because there's about 120, 160 people over there working every day. You can get a feel for each of the villas, and there's some beautiful retaining walls over there. Actually, there's quite a few retaining walls over there that are necessary, but they're also going to be very beautiful and part of the landscaping. That is Villa 7. It is still going up. It is not under roof yet. So anyway, it just kind of gives you an idea of what's going on over there. Again, 9 and 10 are the first 2 villas that will be completed. They are currently under roof, and those are the 2 that you can see. It's hard to see with the ponds, but Leela had mentioned it is going to be so beautiful over there. So the trail system will tie into our existing trails. They're working on accessibility. It will have a water feature down through it. It will have 2 ponds. And a pump that will recirculate that. So we're putting a lot of time and effort and money into the landscaping over there so that it will look like it will tie in very nicely with our existing campus. But any questions on the villas? Yes, Bonnie. Are we going to get a tour? I've had that asked by several staff. So I am going to, we will, as it gets closer, yes, maybe we can do a day. maybe like when Villa 9 gets open, and we can set up like a couple hour span where we can have staff come in and tour it before any residents move in. And again, we're looking middle of October for the first residents, so we'll have move-ins October, November, and December this year. But yes, Deb. Well, good question. Hold that thought. We're going to talk about parking here in just a few minutes. So yes, we will. So.
But there's parking for the villa residents.
Yeah, they have, yeah. So we'll talk about parking. I mean, there's under-building parking in each of the villas, plus there's outdoor parking, and then there will be the connecting road. So we'll talk about parking here in general in just a few minutes. Anything else on the villas? All right, well, thank you, Sherry and Leela. All right, IDIC is up next. Our IDIC committee.
Good morning. I'm Amber from the IDIC. For those of you that are new and you don't know what the IDIC is, we are the Interdisciplinary Dementia Inclusive Committee. It's very long, that's why we prefer IDIC. So our role is to identify what we are doing well at SVWC when caring for persons living with dementia and to improve upon inclusion and care for individuals living with dementia both at SVWC and in the greater Winchester community. So how many of you know that we do Dollars for Dementia? Okay, good job, good job. So starting in May, we are not going to be doing the Dollars for Dementia question anymore. We are now going to be putting up these signs here and by the time clocks and some other places that have a question just for you to keep in the back of your mind. And the question we're doing this time is, what should you call a resident when you are addressing them? Now, for the past 3 months, we've been asking the same question. And the reason we ask the same question is because we are still hearing people call our residents sweetie, honey, darling, things like that. Things that they're not how we're supposed to address our residents. Our residents are Mr., Mrs., Doctor. Some prefer to go by their first name. It all depends on what the resident prefers. So don't call them honey, don't call them sweetie pie. I know they're terms of endearment and everything, but it's just very, I feel the word is not professional for what we do. Now, again, I know that some people come around in here, maybe we have like 1 or 2 residents that prefer to be called grandma. That is what they prefer. That is what they respond to. And that one's okay and everything, but don't go out of your way and call someone, like if you just met a resident, call them sweetie. That's not their name. Their name is Mr., Mrs., or insert first name here. So this is just to keep in the back of your mind. I know everyone, when we did the Dollars for Dementia question, they would always give the correct answer, but then when you, of course you know the correct answer, but you have to actually do it. So again, just keep in the back of your mind. And again, and I mentioned it before, if someone comes and corrects you, it's not to be mean, it's just so we can learn better from each other. We don't mean it in a mean way, it's just so we can learn better. Okay? Okay. Yay.
Amber. Thank you. Oh, I think it is. Oh. Sorry, Damien. Okay. Anyway, okay, Cindy's up next, and she has several different things that we're going to be discussing.
Good afternoon. I'm Cindy Hunter, your Director of HR, and I have several topics. Damien, can you open my little presentation? So the first thing I want to talk about is our upcoming performance review cycle. For those of you who were here last year, you may remember that we did something, I feel like I'm standing in front of a bunch of you, feel like we did something different last year, and that process included each employee doing a self-assessment. We had moderate success with that. So we are doing it again, and what will happen is that sometime between now and May 1, when you open UKG either to clock in or just check and see what's going on, you will get a pop-up inviting you to participate in a self-assessment. And all of the instructions will be there. We are giving you until May the 22nd to complete that self-assessment. And this can be done on any electronic device that you can get to UKG on. So you can do it on your phone. It's really, really small, but you can do it on your phone. You can use an iPad, computer at home, computer here. We don't care. Any computer will do. The merit increases, and so the self-assessment starts the process. Once you have completed your self-assessment and submitted it, your supervisor or your department head will be notified that you have submitted it. That will then be the trigger for them to go in and complete their assessment of your performance. Ultimately, this will lead to a conversation where you and your manager sit down, talk about it, and as a result of that process, that is how any merit increase for which you are eligible is determined. If you do not complete the self-assessment on or before May the 22nd, you will not get a merit increase on June the 25th. You just won't. We can't do the process without the self-assessment being completed. We've got additional deadlines beyond that. The final deadline is September the 17th. And if by September the 17th, you have not completed the self-assessment, which then allows your supervisor to do your annual performance increase, you will not receive a merit increase this year. And any merit increases processed after that May 22nd date will not be retroactive. So if you don't do the self-assessment until maybe July, the initial merit increases go into effect June 25th. Yours will not be retroactive. So we need to do this, folks. Performance appraisal and performance evaluation are important. These reviews are important. It is an opportunity for you to sit down and have a discussion with your supervisor, but you've got to help us here. So if you have any questions, you can see anybody on the HR team, and you can, once you get the pop-up, if you need help, you can come to one of us. Your supervisors can help you. It is not a difficult process. The instructions on UKG are pretty thorough. It's not a complicated process. So before I move on to my next topic, are there any questions about that? Yes, ma'am.
For staff members that work in two different departments, do they fill out separate forms?
We are still working on that. So stay tuned on that. And the question for those in the back of the room, for folks who work in two different departments, will they need to do two self-assessments? And I don't know yet. We're still working on that. Great question, though. Thank you. Other questions? All right. Next slide, please. Have some really exciting news. This is something that has been a work in progress for about 6 months. And UKG partners with a company called Branch. And what Branch is an on-demand service to allow you early access to your pay. We will not be able to launch this until June or July, but it's a fairly simple process. You will sign up for it. It is voluntary. You don't have to. If you don't ever need money before payday, that's great. But it is a voluntary service. You can sign up. There's no cost. You are issued a card that kind of looks like a debit card. And so then you can sign up, and then 6 months down the road, you're getting ready to head out for vacation and you're a little short on cash. You can access up to 50% of income you have earned within that pay period prior to the end of the pay period. There are no fees, there are no charges, and obviously then your pay on payday will be reduced by the amount that you took as an early withdrawal. But we're really excited about this. It's something we've been looking at, and hopefully it will be something that you all will find useful when or if you find yourself in a situation where maybe you're just a little short that week. So, any questions about that? John, did I leave anything out? lots more information coming on that as we get ready to launch that. Okay, next topic, really exciting news. You probably heard, it's kind of like right up there with Shanda's elevator. We've been doing a hiring blitz. You did know the elevator was working, right? Okay. We've been doing a hiring blitz since February 1, and it has been hugely successful. So far, we have hired 47 new employees. In addition to those 47, we have 5 employees that may have been in a per diem or part-time status who have stepped up to either a part-time or a full-time status and filled one of those vacancies. So we're all in at 52. The sad news is that we've already lost 10 for various reasons. But we're still up 42, which is good. We have 17 employees who have taken full advantage of those great referral bonuses. And those 17 employees have referred a total of 24 new hires. So again, it's been tremendously successful. This is what the new hires look like. Dining has 22, nursing has 15, and the others are spread through housekeeping, front desk, security, IT, and grounds. So the hiring blitz ends on April the 30th, which happens to be a Monday. So at this point, if you still have somebody you're thinking about referring, you've got about a week and a half, and any application that has been processed and a person to whom an offer has been made on or before April 30th will still be eligible for the sign-on bonus, and you will still be eligible for the referral bonus, even if maybe they're not going through orientation until that first week in May. So you've still got a little time. We hope that you've maybe been somebody you've been thinking about or talking to. We've still got positions open, mostly in dining and nursing, but a few scattered throughout the other departments. So any questions about the hiring blitz? Okay, my last topic is parking. And I don't know if you all are as sick of hearing about parking as we are about talking about it. But parking continues to be an issue for us. So let me start by saying if you have, and I'm looking around the room, I mean, we've got people that have been here 10, 15, 20 years. My guess is you've gotten a new car in that time. You may or may not have come to HR and given us your vehicle information, your tag information. So we ask that you do that. And if there's a question, we'd rather have it twice than not have it at all. That helps us for 2 reasons. One is sometimes cars are parked where they shouldn't be, and we need to ask them to move. Every now and then we have a little fender bender or a tree limb falls and somebody's car is damaged and we need to be able to find you to get you to come help us. So if you haven't given us that information in HR, please do so. If you no longer have a sticker displayed in your window because you've been here 10 or 15 years, please come by HR and we will give you a sticker for the appropriate lot you are expected to park in. Now, I know things are kind of up in the air right now because we've lost half of the WAPA lot, so people are parking all over the place. Doesn't matter if you've got the wrong color sticker and you're in a different lot. We understand, and fortunately, that's a temporary thing. Couple of thou shalt nots with parking. You may not park in the loop in front of Lawrence Hall. That is resident and visitor parking. You may also not park in the 10-ish spaces at the top of the north lot that are marked visitor. That is for residents and visitors. You may also not park in the visitor spaces outside of the Vitality Center. We have residents and futures who come to use the Vitality Center, who come up for dinner, and when there are not parking places, Jeannie or Shanda gets a phone call. So we just ask that you not park in those spaces. Right now, with parking at a premium because of the WAPA lot, people are parking in different places. There are, as you go around independent living, there are some visitor spaces, temporary spaces. Those are open right now to staff because depending on what time you get here, you may get here and the north lot may be full. As overflow parking, we may also park on the road going to the pond. We just ask that you not take up a space that's meant for 3 cars with one, that you don't block the road, and that you don't block access to the trails. But when we had the marketing event yesterday, there were about, 8 or 9 cars parked in the woods. So it was very nice. Couple of other questions that we've gotten about parking. In the north lot, closest to the pet park, or the dog park, there are 4 spaces that are marked as, and I'm not sure what the sign says, HR designated special parking. And I didn't bring a parking pass with me. But those are not because HR people are special and we have special parking. So I was asked that. These are spaces that are designated for folks that HR has issued a special parking pass to. Maybe someone that has, a physical limitation and they can't walk up the hill from the north lot. So for whatever reason, someone has been issued the special parking pass. There are 4 spots. We have more than 4 folks that have special parking permits. So even for them, it's kind of on a first come, first served basis. We've also gotten a question about parking around the building, resident parking. Donna Evans, our resident services manager, handles all of the parking for our residents. And when a resident moves in, she meets with them, and each resident who drives and who has a car may have up to 1 space. One resident can't have 3 cars and have 3 spaces. That's not how it works. This is an annual process, so residents are required to respond to Donna on an annual basis to let them know, yes, my wife and I still have 2 cars, and yes, we both still drive. We do not provide parking for vehicles that aren't used or aren't driven or overflow vehicles. Residents in the cottages are asked to park in their driveways. So again, we got some questions about that, so I just wanted to clarify. One other thing on parking in spots that are designated for us. We do continue to have challenges with staff parking in visitor spots after we've communicated multiple times that those spaces are not available. So pretty much effective immediately, if your car is in one of these visitor spots that is designated for visitor parking only, you will be given 1 verbal warning, a face-to-face verbal warning, or an over-the-phone verbal warning, and then the corrective action will start if you park in those spaces again. We have a lot of residents that rely on being able to come to those spaces. We have, you've already heard with all of our visitors, our prospective residents, visitors of our residents, those parking spaces really are at a premium. And we need to make sure that when people come to our campus to visit, that they have parking available. What questions can I answer for you about parking?
I just have a question. Why haven't the people where it's closed off over in Wappa, why aren't they working over there yet? It's just closed off for no reason. They're not doing anything over there.
Okay.
That would save the trouble for the parking right now until they get started.
Right.
In 2 weeks and they haven't.
So in the back of the room, the question is why are the spaces closed off in Wappa when they are not yet working there? And Jeannie, do you want to take that one?
They should be. I mean, what they're doing is
great
putting in
question.
a stormwater system, so I don't know what days they have the contractors here. They did need to get the fencing up and to close it off in order to have the work done. So even though you don't see them there every day, that part of the project is in place. And they said it would take 8 to 10 weeks, unfortunately, is what we're looking at for that parking.
And some days, a couple of days when I've come in, they have actually been working right at the top of the hill. So if, a random rock went rolling, it would be in the parking lot. So, great question. Other questions about parking or anything else? All right, thank you.
All right. I am going to get on my soapbox for just a few minutes as we talk about new staff. So we've been talking about the hiring blitz, and everybody has been working really hard to get new staff into the building, okay? Getting them into the building is just the first part. Keeping them in the building is something entirely different, okay? And it takes all of us in this. You all remember what it was like to start a new job. They're nervous, they're brand new, they don't know what they're doing. It's difficult. So we have to be welcoming. We have to be helpful. We have to be working together as a team. And I hate to stand here and say that has not been the case in all situations. And I was just made aware of a situation this morning where someone was in tears, brand new, in tears, because staff had basically been very mean, not giving them even the right information, and that puts them in a bad spot. That is not a way that we welcome new employees, and that is not the culture that we want here at Westminster Canterbury, okay? You need to be welcoming. Don't be a bully, okay? Because we're not going to put up with that crap. And I say crap because that's what it is, folks. Don't be doing that. It's not nice, okay? It's not the right thing to do, and it's not nice. People are here working just as hard as you are. So we need to make sure that we are doing everything that we can to welcome our new employees, to help get them acclimated, show them where things are, be friendly. Be the person that you want if you were starting a new job, how would you want people to treat you? Okay? And it is just very, very frustrating when you hear about these situations, when it's just total immaturity, and that's what it is. So quit being immature. Welcome our new people. They are here to help you. Okay? If you're working your butt off and we get 3 people in to help you and you're still complaining, I don't know what to do for you. You know what I mean? So quit complaining, embrace our new employees. We are all here to take care of the residents. We are here to work together, okay? So, what are you laughing at, Deb? No, because your hugs hurt, Deb. You hug so hard. If anybody's been hugged by Deb, she's crushing. Welcome them, Deb. Just don't hurt them, okay? That's all. But you know what I'm saying, and we laugh about it, and then yet the crap happens. So anyway. Don't make me call Deb Cheshire. No, but I'm serious, folks. It is a real issue. And I'm not just one department, across the board. So we got 47 new people in here. Let's welcome them. They're here to do the job just like we are. This is a great place, okay? So don't taint it with your immaturity or your unwillingness to work with other people. Because if you're that unwilling to welcome new people and unwilling to work together, then we will be more than happy to find you an opportunity elsewhere. Does that sound harsh? I don't mean it to be, but I'm serious about this, okay? Let's work as a team. Okay, I'm off my soapbox for a few minutes, because then we're going to talk about cell phones. So John and Danny, though, are going to come up and talk to us a little bit about the full count system. Yeah.
You got me on it.
Hello. He's on.
Just kidding.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what he did to you.
I know.
Mike, you know.
So we implemented full count about
In October.
Yeah,
October we went live.
And we've been running it ever since, and there's a lot of pluses and minuses to it, more pluses than minuses. One of the features that we have on it, we're going to talk about today, that is underutilized, is a self-ordering system. We have 2 ways to self-order. I'll let John explain.
Right. A lot of you know, when we went to full count, it has a lot more features than our old POS system. And one of the great ones was the online ordering, where we could log into full count, where you go see all your transactions, all your charges that you're spending your money on in dining or salon or gift shop. But anyway, you can go out there and there's online ordering. And we want people to use it. A lot of people are using it, and a lot of people give Danny a lot of comments. They love it. Because you can log into UKG, the dining menu's on there, so you can see what's for breakfast, lunch, dinner, all those things. And then you could, from UKG, you can connect to full count and online order. So you can be up in the morning looking at the menu going, oh, wow, they got, I don't know, cheeseburger sliders for lunch today. I love them. You can go ahead and order and tell dining what time you want to pick it up. Because what's happening, Danny sees a lot of this. A lot of staff come up, they're going through the line, they're ordering, whatever, burgers,
Well-done
burgers, cheesesteaks, all this stuff. If they have 5, 6 orders in front of you, you're going to be sitting up there for a while on your lunch break. So, we just want people to be aware. Why waste your time sitting up there? I mean, some people talk to residents and, they might want to. But a lot of people, if you don't have that much time, the online ordering is easy. And there's also the kiosk. If you don't want to wait in line, just go to the kiosk. If your fob doesn't work, let us know. We'll put the correct fob in when we initially uploaded the system. The kiosks only allow for one fob. We have a lot of staff that have multiple fobs. You might have, 2 or 3 fobs over the years that you accumulated. Well, we don't know which one you're using, so we just pick numbers from the fobs you had and put it in there. So if your fob doesn't work, just get with one of us in IT, and we could fix it in 2 minutes. So the kiosk is one way.
And I can take a picture of it during service, and I send it to Damien. Usually
what Danny's been doing for residents and staff, if somebody says, oh, it's not working, he takes a picture of the number of your fob, sends it to us, we put it in, and you're good to go. So it's an easy fix to just get all the fobs in there. But the online ordering, we want people to take advantage of it so that you're not wasting your lunch break sitting there waiting for your food.
And for dining, it's we look at and we see, say, someone orders a well-done burger and there's 6 tickets ahead of you, and we know that's going to be 20 minutes. It's stressful for us to see you sitting there for 20 minutes knowing that we got to get the food out to you, but knowing there's 7 other burgers, 3 French fries and ahead of you. So I'll pick on Michelle because Michelle is the first one to use it and the most frequent flyer of it. She gets up in the morning about 6 a.m. and her order's in by 6:05, and she picks it up at 12 o'clock every day. It's there. And if she's not there by 12:05, we're like, uh-oh, there's a problem. Where's Michelle? So use it. It's a great function. It helps us out and helps us serve the residents quicker, too, because if we have 30 orders coming in and it'll only take 15 at each 15-minute time slot.
15-minute increment blocks.
Correct. So if you put it in for 12 o'clock, Bill, and it says this slot is filled, then you go to 12:15, you put it in for 12:15. So, and you come at 12:15 and pick up your food, and it's ready. It's sitting on the little table that we have out there with your ticket on top, and off you go. And you can still sit outside and eat. Yes.
Quick question about the cafe salad bar.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you could put a pre-order in for too?
No, because. Oh.
Repeat the question, Danny.
I'm sorry, yes. She wants to know if we can do cafe salad bar pre-order. Actually, yes, you can, but you have to go to you have to go to and pick out your stuff you want on it. I mean,
Right, but
yes.
I know we have to give a ticket to.
Correct. Yes, we can add that, by all means.
Is there a line item on there? Do you know? Did Chelsea? There is a line
There
item?
is,
Okay.
yeah, it's
So
there.
it's on there, so you can pick it. Is it on? So you're doing it at the kiosk?
At the
If it's on the
kiosk.
kiosk, it's on the online
yes.
order.
Yeah. And
So,
I will
yes, so
confirm
it's
that
on there.
after this meeting to make sure it's on the online ordering. If it's not, it'll be there by tonight.
Trying to confirm when
Yep.
we go up there, then.
Oh, because you get a receipt sent to you via your email. Just show your phone. Show your phone. Here you go. I mean, she counts them, but that's okay. We don't need to count them. It's okay. Any other questions about online
Yeah,
ordering?
but any questions with that?
Kiosks?
I mean, we want people to take advantage of it. That's why, we went to the newer system because there's so many new features that could help with staff not wasting their time sitting when they can just go pick it up, go back, eat, and more time for your lunch break to relax.
We'll go to gym. Yes, go to
What's
gym.
that?
Walk up and down the stairs a few times.
Yeah,
go
I don't
outside.
care.
Hit the trails. We
You
have
wanna
lovely
pull it up?
trails.
Here, Damien's just going to pull it up. He just, pulled up his account. But if you go up to orders, click bistro. I don't want to be in everybody's way. Well, you guys know how to use it. Don't worry about that. No. Hit the drop down. You pick your time. See, right now,
Right now it's on dinner.
if you look at the time, there's no other times available because of the time it is. So you can't choose. But go ahead, Damien, pick 4 o'clock, continue. And then there it is, beverages, dinner, always available, breakfast, grocery, lunch. You just go through and pick whatever you want.
And once you place the order, it's going to send the receipt to your email.
Right.
So you'll have the receipt, it's there, and you can go in and you can check your account and see what you ordered. You can check your balances, you can see what you spent for the month, it's
Right.
all there. It's now in ascending order.
Yeah, they changed it. It's now from latest to oldest. It used to be the
Oldest.
opposite, so it was just weird that you'd see the oldest items first versus the latest, but that's fixed. But it's simple. Once you pick everything, there's even a note box. So if you want a special note, if you want to put something in, I don't know, dunk my fries twice. I like, in the grease twice to make them more crunchy, whatever. You could put the note in there, and dining gets it on the ticket, so they'll, whatever your note that you put in, they'll have that, so they can make it the way you want it. So it's a lot of good features. We just want people to use it to help dining and to help you not waste time waiting for your lunch. So.
And if you have questions about it, stop me, stop
Yeah.
John, stop Damien, stop Michelle, because she uses it all the time, and we can
Yeah.
walk you through it. It's really, really simple.
Yeah.
Hold on.
If you're having guests on campus, I just happen to have my son here, so I was able to put his order in too. So we both didn't have to wait. So, and you can do that from that portal.
Right, you can,
Yep.
because there's a guest
Yep.
item
So-
there.
Yep.
So-
Use it, guys. I love it. It's
Yeah.
better than Jimmy John's or Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Freaky fast. Freaky fast.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, I'm sorry,
So-
we said we weren't going to take up
Yeah, I
much
know.
time. Thank you.
Any questions though on the kiosk or full count logging in? I'm telling you, just go if you haven't gotten into UKG, which I hope everybody does because you got to clock in. But go look at the portal, look at the information that's out there. There's a ton of information for staff because that's how we're communicating. If you notice, you're not getting any papers sent to your home or anywhere anymore. All the information's out there. So we're expecting everybody to get on UKG to find out the information because we're just not printing all that paperwork anymore because it's all going electronic. So anything else? No? All right. Kathy. The total is by that, well, yes, it's by pay period. It is. No, not by pay period. It's for the month. They haven't changed yet. Yeah, what Kathy's asking, if you look at your total, the way full count is set up right now, the staff side is basically set up the way residents are for the month. Like from March 25th to April 25th is, the cycle. Full count for staff is set up the same way, but that is something they're changing. So eventually it will be just by pay period. But right now it does show for the balance for the whole month. But that is something that they're going to correct for us. It's right. It's the resident cycle month that it's based off of at this time. So, but that will be changed. So good question, Kat. All right.
All right, thank you. So just continue talking for a little bit about cell phones. So we do allow staff to carry your cell phone on you because a lot of times that's how we communicate. We text back and forth and that's fine. If you want to use your phone for personal, you need to make sure you're on break or you're at lunch if you're using your phone. We're getting to the point where we're seeing a lot of abuse with the cell phones again. And the issue is if I'm a resident walking down the hall and Leela might be on break and I don't know it and Leela's sitting over there, on her phone. And I might be a resident, and I'll just pick dining because it's close. So I'm standing there at the register, and I'm waiting, and Leela's over there playing on her phone. If she's on break, that's fine, but as a resident, what do I see? I'm there waiting, and there's staff playing on their phone, and nobody knows that I'm here. And I use that as an example, but that's what happens. So again, if you have your phone with you, that's fine. Use it to order, clock in and out. That's how we communicate, that's fine. But again, if you're going to use your phone at lunch or breaks, make sure it's go to the staff lounge area or someplace. The problem is, you just need to be using it responsibly, and you need to be using it in an area where residents don't think you're just playing on your phone, okay? I know over in nursing, we've had the issue come up, and we have e-messenger phones, because again, that's how we operate. We're actually going to get different backs for the phones, so they're bright colors. So because again, if I'm a family member and I'm walking down the hall, I'm just coming up with examples, and my mom's in there pushing on her call bell, and I see Bill back in the one nurse's station back on his phone. Well, mom's call bell's going off. Bill's there playing on his phone, or that's what I think. And that's what happens. So again, if Bill wants to use his phone, Bill can go to the employee lounge or whatever. That's some of the issues we're coming across. And to tell you the truth, some of you are abusing your phone. There's a lot of times you're just sitting and people are playing on their phone. So be responsible, use it on your breaks, use it at lunch, but just don't do it go to an area where you're gonna have your lunch break or something like that. Don't make it look obvious that, or don't make it seem like you are not being attentive. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand what I'm saying? So again, with nursing, what we decided to do to avoid that, so if, Teresa comes to me and says, I just went over, my mom's call bell is ringing, Michelle is back there on her phone. Well, if Michelle's phone is the e-messenger phone, that is a business phone, Michelle is working. So it's just one little thing, but it's something that we're trying to do to help educate staff and family members so that they understand how we operate and what we do. Okay, so if you have any questions about cell phones, let me know. Tomorrow is Shred Day. So we are going to have the shred truck here. It'll be parked out by the Vitality Center. So if you have a box or a bag of stuff at home that needs to be shredded, stick it in your car and just take it back there tomorrow between 11 and 1. They just put it in that big machine and it chews it all up. So it's open to residents and staff. So again, go home and clean out your drawers from all your taxes that just had to be filed yesterday, and then you can bring all that paperwork in and we'll shred it for you. Also on Friday, this week, the Mother Nature's team has had something every day. So this Friday is a free lunch for all residents and staff. And staff, it's going to be from 11:30 to 1, and Danny is going to tell us where staff can pick up their meals.
11:30 to 1. 11:30 starts the residents, 12 o'clock starts staff. We're not sure yet, depending on the weather, we'll make a decision tomorrow. It's supposed to be 90 degrees on Friday. It was 60 degrees yesterday and 90 on Friday. So if it is 90, we'll have it in here. And if it's nice out, we'll make the decision tomorrow. It'll be out back by where we used to have the trucks underneath the, the bridge.
Yeah, the connector bridge from the Vitality Center to Winchester Hall. Everything will be set up in that area.
But if the weather holds out to be 90, it'll be in here.
And it'll be grab and go, so you can go, but it's free to all staff. So around noon on Friday, just go back and get one of your lunches and enjoy it. And that's, again, in celebration of, it's Earth Day, it's Arbor Day, and we're just celebrating outside.
And assisted living staff, we are making a decision where that's going to be. It probably won't be underneath the portico out back. It'll probably be upstairs in the dining room.
Okay. Anyway, you will have a free lunch on Friday, and we'll tell you where to find it on Friday, just depending on what the weather's doing.
We'll make sure it's posted in UKG.
Chicken
What
kebabs.
is on the menu? Chicken kebabs, hamburgers,
Cucumber
cookies,
salad,
cucumber salad.
tomato salad, cookies,
Correct.
drinks. I think that's it.
So,
Yeah.
no
so.
alcohol, no margaritas. I'm sorry. Even though it's
Okay.
Friday.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is all the questions I have. We're a little bit over, but I do want to do some question and answers. If there's something that we haven't discussed that someone wants to bring up, now is your chance. Yes, ma'am.
I know we discussed this. I was just wondering, oh, please don't make me.
Yeah,
talk
go
through this
ahead.
thing.
That way everybody can hear you and everybody.
So, I was wondering, you said, Cindy said that the temporary visitors spots we can park in?
Yes, all around the building. If it says
Okay.
temporary visitor spot, you can park in there.
Okay,
Yes.
just clarifying.
Just up front, down there in the north lot where it says guest on, and it's written on the road, don't park in those or the loop here,
Right.
or those right outside the Vitality
So
Center.
the ones going around
Yeah,
Winchester
any of those
Hall.
around, yes, you
Okay.
can use those.
Thank you.
Yes. And there are quite a few, actually, if you drive around, there are quite a few temporary visitor spots, so. Any other questions? Going once?
Don't let me be the only one.
And if any other parking questions come up, just let us know. Bill? Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity. Let me ask this question.
Uh-huh.
So going back to the cell phone usage, us in maintenance
Uh-huh.
utilize our Works Hub
Yep.
constantly. It's
Yep.
intuitive. It's part of our everyday process because we're going into our phone,
Perfect.
either making notations, closing out work orders, opening new work orders, so we start clocks and everything.
Yep.
So I just want to
Perfect.
kind of throw that out
No,
there
that's,
that we.
that's absolutely what it's to be used for. I'm talking about non-business use of the cell phone. But yes, I know you
I mean,
all
so-
do use that,
Yeah,
yes.
so if they happen to see us on there, it's not, we're not playing games.
Gotcha.
We're actually utilizing our phones.
And
so-
we do have, I mean, that's why you carry your phones, because we do use them all the time for business. And as long as you're using it for business, it's okay.
Okay, I just wanted
Yes.
to throw that out
No,
there.
that's a
just
great point.
In
I'm
case
glad you
anyone ever
mentioned
sees
that.
us while we're
You
always on the
see,
phone.
Bill, he's not playing on a cell phone, folks. He's doing a
No,
workshop.
I'm completing a work order out or starting a new one. Thank you.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
I just want to announce, like, if staff get a text, they need to check it, because it could be a. Okay, I just wanted to talk to Jeannie. You know, the phones, for personal use is one thing, but we want you to know, if you have your phone on you and, it dings because you got a text, we're not going to get mad if you check that text. Now, if you stop and answer it or whatever, and the reason we say that is because that's how we communicate with our mass notification to everybody. People who've been here, you've got text from our mass notification system. So if you get a text, you might want to just open it. If it's from, I don't know, if it's from me to Elizabeth or something, she's not going to keep texting me back. But if it's the mass notification system, we want you to get it, because that could, mean there's an emergency in the community somewhere or something's going on, and we want you to get it. So it's just, like Jeannie's saying, don't just be sitting there texting your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or spouse or brother or sister while you're working. But, if you do get a text, you can check it, because it could be from our system, so.
Communicating. So the phones are important. So that's not what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Just don't abuse them. The phones are important for communication.
Okay. Cindy's just asking, just like your car, if you got a new car, let HR know. Make sure you're going into UKG and updating if you got like a new cell phone or a new phone number, because that's how we're communicating. All the information from UKG gets exported into the mass notification system, and the system's going to call the number that you have in UKG. So just make sure that you are updating that, because they can update their phones and everything, right? Yeah. Just addresses is an issue because of state. Depending on if you live in Virginia, West Virginia, certain things in UKG you can't change, but your phone number you can. So please check that and make sure we do have your correct number in there, so we can get that notification out to the right person, not somebody else who doesn't work here. All right.
Okay. Anything else? All right, everybody get out your door prize tickets. And remember, if you're watching from your desk or something else, just email Kat that you participated. And we have 4 Subway gift cards today.
And we'll have an additional one for the people in TV.
And then, yes, and then we'll have a separate drawing for those. Okay, everybody got your orange ticket ready? First number, 851905. 905. Okay. Is it Nancy? I can't see for the post. Nancy got it. Very good. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, ready? Next one. 851948. 948. Stan has it. Okay. Ready? 2 more. Oh, 947. Who come in right before Stan? 947. I am. 947. Huh? I'm mixing these things up. Nobody had 947 going once, going twice. Sorry. Drawn. Bill, do you have it? Okay, you're lucky. I was gonna say who come in right before Stan. All right, Bill got that one. Last one, 885. 85 in Elaine, 885. All right. Well, thank you all very much for coming. I know we went a little over, but we appreciate it. Thank you for everything you do. There's cookies in the back if anybody wants a cookie.